Hey there friends, welcome to the vid, and in this vid I'm going to talk about hope and DPDR recovery, practical steps that you can do to get hope back, because I know that one of the first things to go when you do fall into the anxiety and DPDR cycle is hope goes. You know, your life gets turned upside down and you lose hope for the present, you lose hope for the future, you lose hope even for the past a little bit to, sort of get back that person that you were before all of this happened. Just all hope goes out of the window. And it does this for everybody. It happened to me when I was going through my recovery, and all the people I help, it happens to them as well. They lose hope. So it's really important to get hope back. And in this vid, I'm going to give you some tips about exactly how to do that. So how do you get hope back? What do you actually do? What are some practical steps to get it back? What you need to do is to think of everything you will have wanted to achieve by the time you recover. Because you are going to recover. It's an inevitability. You often put your life on hold until this thing has been resolved. And that is a great shame, because what's going to happen is that you are going to recover, and then you're going to think, well, what was I doing all that time? Why was I spending all that time worrying unnecessarily? And now I've recovered and I haven't achieved everything that I've wanted to achieve. So to get hope back, what you need to do is to think of, what will you want your life to be like once you have recovered? What this is going to do, it's going to focus your mind on positive things for the future, which is absolute gold dust for your recovery and for hope. Right now you're not doing that, and it's not working for you, is it? So what you do is, when you flip it around, it's going to start to work for you. Now I know you might be thinking, well, Dan, I feel completely awful. How can I have any hope for the future? Well, what you've got to do is recognize that you are catastrophizing right now. Think back to that time where you were worrying about a certain event in the future, and then that event came to pass, whatever it was, and it wasn't as bad as what you thought, was it? You spent all this time worrying about it. You could have spent years worrying about it, whatever it was, and then you get to this point and whatever it is happens, and you go, well, that actually wasn't as bad as what I thought. And within a blink of an eye, you realize, man, I've just wasted the last 2 years worrying about this thing when I didn't even need to. That was you catastrophizing then, and this is you catastrophizing now. And it's exactly the same thing. Your future isn't as bleak as what you make it out to be. Things aren't as bad as what you think they're going to be in the future. And so you can sort of use that principle, that direct evidence that you've had yourself, in that it's happened to you in the past, and this is that moment again right now where you're having these horrible sort of catastrophizing thoughts about the future, and it's not going to turn out the way that you think it is. It's probably going to turn out a lot better than what you think it is. And do you want, in a year's time, or in a month's time, or in 2 weeks' time, or sort of however long it takes you to get to that full recovery stage, when you get to that point, do you want to look back and go, man, I just wasted the last 2 years, or man, I just wasted those 3 months, or man, I just spent so much time catastrophizing over this stuff, and of course it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be, and now just 6 months has passed in the blink of an eye and I haven't actually achieved anything. Do you want to be at that point in the future when you have recovered? And the answer is no, you don't want to be at that point. You've already been through that in the past. You already know what it's like. So why put yourself through that again? So right now, get that positive sort of outlook and image of the future in your mind and stick to it. Where do you want to be when you've recovered? Where do you want to be when you're halfway through your recovery? Even when you're 1% better, where do you want to be? And then have that in your mind, because the mind responds so much more positively and more stronger to looking towards the future, to things that it wants. And this internal hope is so much better than external hope or external reassurance, because it's coming from you, and nothing is more powerful than it coming from you. And I talk about this concept and so many other concepts which are crucial to your recovery in the Freedom course, which is the best online DPDR recovery course there is available. If you want to recover from DPDR and you want a step-by-step guide about how to recover, then go check out the Freedom course and join everyone else who's in there recovering right now. I'd really love to see you in there. The link's in a pinned comment and the description. And I really hope this video has given you a bit of guidance about how you can begin to get that internal hope back. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.